Jim. Welcome to another analysis of the markets. It's currently 7:28 in the real time zone, and really, this is going to be split into two parts because I'm not sure if it's going to be, if it's going to be too long due to the fact that I need to do Sunday swings on a Wednesday because I've been traveling a lot. But regardless, I will still analyze it and just give a rundown basically of what happened last week and the pairs that played out, the pairs that didn't, and what really happened. So, jump straight into it. Look at this pair right here. If I actually go back to, let's see, when did I write this? That was USD CAD. September 22nd. Jesus. Time flies by. Let's see. October, we've got September 23rd, right? That's what we were looking at, and if you go down to the daily, this is what we were looking at right here. Structure would have still been bullish, so we'd be waiting for, Jesus Christ, this will be a bearish thing, and I'm supposed to have it indicated that, gaps this up for me, but okay, broke the higher low, and then we drop down to the 4 hour, take a little look at what happened there, and see if there's any potential trade setup. So you'd get this trade setup right here if the 30 minutes shifted as well. But eventually, if you see here, it trades all the way back up again. So it wouldn't have even been that much profitable position. You would have seen just about, it would have been like this, maybe. And targeting here. So it doesn't look like it would have been a very profitable position, because I remember looking at this and it went a little bit up here and I thought, damn, that's why this is highlighted. If you had put it up here, the stop loss would have been crazy all the way up to here. And your take profit would have been like something like that. Something horrendous. That's why at this point I didn't take the trade, because I was just like, it looks weird, right? Even if you're targeting this area, or let's say even you go generous and you target this area, the most that you would have ever gotten is 1.13, right? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So this one we did not take, right? So we can scrap that and put it over there. Let's see, AUD, NZD. So what was my bias on this? Bullish, confidence is to go long, which eventually turned out to be completely correct. So what was I looking at? At the time of this, 22nd of September, we were looking at... Okay. Sorry. Yeah, this was still bullish. Then went bearish, broke this line right here, and became bullish at that point here. This would have been a weird position, right? Because it was bullish at the time, then it went bearish for a little bit. I mean, this is right. No, it is. Because regardless, if it's a millimeter above, that's still a break. So, this here went bearish. We would have dropped down to the 4 hour, take a little look at what's happening there. And to be perfectly honest, I wouldn't have taken this either, actually. Because if you look around here, went bullish, never went bearish. So it's supposed to touch your interest. There was loads of stuff that I didn't like about it. But there was also loads of stuff that I did like about it. So if you look right up here, I thought this was a 95% trade at that point here, ignoring the rest. Like, at that point here, I thought, yeah, this could be at 95%. Because it had already had rejections and, loads of reactions at this level here. Went up, thought this was going to be here. go a little bit further down, but not too much, just a little bit. So the 4 hour would be turning bearish here. At this point, here, like that, turn bearish. The main problem was okay, great, right? Now at this point, actually, let's see, this one would have been here. I have no idea if this is shift of structure. I'm just taking it off here because I feel like you would have taken a loss if you did this. Yeah, of course. Above here. No. Yeah, no, you wouldn't have taken enough there. 30-minute structure wasn't proper. But, sorry for the back and forth of the charts. They make me not as punctual as I want whenever I return straight back to them, because I don't do any preparation before this. I don't think, okay, make sure that it's the best ever. For me, it's just, it doesn't need to be the best in the world. Just put it out first, then perfect, right? I'm not going to put anything out there that is shitty, right? It's just, I want to start, because there's always that little voice that tells you, okay, you can't go, no, you can't do that. No, the analysis, no, it's too confusing to say. So please say if it's too confusing. But for me, I just feel like the video just has to go out there because it's important for them. And other people to, the group of people watching this, maybe they'll get some value out of it. So, let's see. So that was a pair that I did not take, but it's setting up to a quite nice and perhaps, possibly since Sunday, a little bit of a nice retracement back up to here before I went bearish. Interesting. Because realistically, I would have taken it off here right now. This would have been, okay, cool. Not broke above, dropped down to 30 minutes. At this point here, we'd be waiting for the shift of structure, actually. Damn, this is playing out pretty nicely in front of me. Another thing is that I delete everything off here, usually. So this is a rare occurrence where I don't delete it, because if you look here, all these charts, except for this one, that needs to be deleted obviously, I just do this with everything. Like that, remove. I just try to do with everything because I don't want the past bias, but these pairs before were analyzed to the depths of the earth because I just really wanted to get it down. Let's see. This is also playing out right nicely, which is scaring me a little bit. Hopefully I'm wrong in that. There. Alright, all this gone. I think it can have a weekly, but this again kind of scare me. If it does that, it's still valid. Let's see. All right, so let's list out the confluences. So we've got all right. You're watching me break down this trade live. Goddamn. So we had the bearish structure here that got broken. Then obviously a massive bullish candle right at the close of Tokyo, pretty much, actually. And dropped down to 30 minutes, would be waiting for the higher low. But where would we target, right? So as you're watching me now, just think, where would we even target? What makes sense, right? So does it make sense that it just does that up to here? That doesn't make much sense. It can happen, of course. Can it happen? Yeah, that happened here. Happened here. It's unlikely, though, because it needs a little bit of a wick out of some people to push upwards, right? So here's my thinking. I think it will do a little bit differently than, what I want to do, which is a little bit of this down to here again, and then it'll go up again. Because it just makes much more sense. Look at what happened here. Went straight up, had a retracement back down. Went straight up, had a retracement back down. But if you look here, it went straight up, had a retracement back down. Straight up, retracement and broke the higher low. But, different thing. Straight up, retracement back down, broke again. It's just, you see, charts don't go like this. They go like this, 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 like this. Right, so I think this is in order. Even if it's just like a candle, I'm not going to go too artistic here, that looks like that, and then it has a massive push like that. It doesn't really matter what it is. I just think that that's what needs to happen, right? So that's on the daily. I believe it could happen on the 4 hour, but that's why we're waiting for the shift to structure, right? So for now, this will be waiting for. And when I break the lower high on 30 minutes, it'll be good. So actually, I'll just make a note of this. This is amazing. Really good setup happening right in front of me. So wait. Well, why are we marking out the confluences later? Let's mark them up now. So give me a sec. Let me get my cheat sheet, because sometimes you'll mark confluences so much that you start seeing shit, right? So I like to have a cheat sheet in front of me. Cool. So, whoa. This went kind of laggy. Let's see. All right. So, we're obviously at the area of interest. I'm wondering with the weekly if we are. Yes, we are. We're at the area of interest. So, Jesus Christ. That's what I wanted. There. Now it's a little bit more clearer, probably, because when I open the cheat sheet, it's so big that it lags a whole lot. Cool. Let's see. What I'm looking for now is a round psychological level. Barely. I don't like it. This is 40. Cool. And daily. Nah. A lot of people would be like, no, but it's in the zone. It needs to tell me right now. It needs to speak to me. It's like when you go to the gym and you go in and the weights just speak to you. You just know what to do. It's the same way like this, right? So for this here, no psychological level. Doesn't really have rejection of previous structure point, to be perfectly honest. This is a daily area of interest as well. I mean, this would be technically counted as daily, so. Any EMAs touching, EMAs touching people? No. Because if you look, this here was valid for this candle, not this candle, right? So you have that. Any patterns we're seeing a reversing pattern, which is not exactly the best, because what I think is going to happen is just this. So I'm not too optimistic with my take profit and etc. Just because I'll aim for here and it'll hit, right? So let's say, for example, I want to throw in a position tool here. I'm going to mark that. It's annoying me, that's moving. Position tool up here. And fuck it, let's just say our entry's right here. Still, it's not the best in the world, and even if we do the advanced parts of the strategy, right, it's not yielding the best. We're not taking a fucking 5 to 6 RR. This is just a quick boom, right? Because we're expecting it to go down. If it doesn't, amazing, right? We're gonna hold it. We're obviously gonna do that, but it's worth saying. And 4 hour, yeah, I'd shift the structure. So there's not much actually we can put on this. It doesn't look like it's the top trade. So I'll leave this here, and later throughout the day, I'll mark up all the confluences, because you want to see other pairs instead of just watching me analyze one pair. Next, Euro AUD. Let's have a little look. So I want to go long. That obviously did not happen. Alright, yeah, cool. So here's what I wanted to do. At this point here, when I wrote it, I wanted this to happen. I'll show you what I saw. Like, what was it? Something like this, whatever. Right? What I wanted to happen was this here, go up to here, retest back down here, break above it, either use this a little bit here, and when it broke above, I'd take the entry off the break of structure, so something like this here, right? Like that, and target the next zone for a quick 2.5, 2.6, depends on how the trade would have played out. Obviously, that did not fucking happen, as if you see, went straight down. And so my second trading plan was this. All right, cool. And it was a bit of a degen trade if it would have happened. It wouldn't have been. It would have hit, but, I wouldn't have been following my trading plan to the letter. So I thought, okay, cool. This is the lower high. This is the lower low. If it breaks above and reaches this zone here, I can just take the trade, right? Did not happen. Just went straight down. Now, can this happen again? Because if I do this here, I'm pretty much still looking at the same trade. Now, what I would love for this one here would be to break above the lower high and then break above below, because that'll show me a double top, and that's really quite useful. And you'd see also a little bit of pattern. Forgive my left head and shoulders here. It would look something like, I don't know, like that. I'm just retarded here. I want to use this more frequently. It's just my drawing skills are not the best. Like that. I want to do a reversal one where it's like, that's above, like, oh my god, you're not going to watch me. Okay, I'm going to put up a picture of head and shoulders reversal pattern right here, because the pressure of people watching me, it's making me, I don't even know what the fuck is happening. No, I'm not going to attempt it again. Picture right here. You got the picture, right? That's what I wanted to happen. And so that's pretty much actually what we're waiting for. Is just push up here, break above, then break below, and see if we can take some juicy profits right around these areas here, because it seems like this area here is having quite a few moments of reaction, because it would be something like here, something like here. But if you look on the daily, it's much more, it's like a mini area of interest right here. See, if you include all these points right around here, for some reason it keeps having different reactions to it. You take it out even further, you can see a little bit here, 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 and so forth. So that would be my point of interest right there. These two can actually pretty much go because they're old. And later, probably later tonight, I will show off all the markings and everything, conferences to go along, all these things. And yeah, just include everything so you can see it. CHFJPY. Let's have a little look at what we thought was going to happen here. Yeah, this, oh my days, this. So, I don't know what the hell is happening here, but this was my my trading plan and idea, and I thought, because you have to remember, everybody thought it was going to go bearish at the point here, right? And I just, for some reason, foresaw a million miles away, yeah, it's going to be a head and shoulders. Finally, you can actually see I am able to draw a fucking head and shoulders, right? I'm able to draw one. And you can see right here, my thinking was immediately, okay, it's going to have a little stop here. And then it's going to go up and just fulfill this here. Now, I don't know what the hell is happening over here with this filling and whatever the... let's turn this off and see. No. Clearly something fun is going on here. But I wanted it to go down here and then reach up to here and just see what's happening. Because that's a reversal pattern. So do something more like this. Right? Hopefully that makes sense. It was a bit of a like Einstein moment for me. I don't know why it came to me. I don't really understand why either, but I just sat here and listened to the music. You know, it was like the moment where you listen to Oppenheimer, if you know what that is. Obviously, everybody knows what Oppenheimer music is, but you know the, like, do you hear the music? It was that kind of thing. when I was marking this up, it was going, that music was playing in my head. And I was like, Jesus Christ, I'm a genius. And sometimes you'll think you're a genius, and guess what it'll do? It'll do this, and it'll go up there. So don't, like, have a little bit of fun with the markets. Think, oh yeah, I'm a genius, but don't actually think you're a genius, man, because the markets will humble you like there's no tomorrow. They do not give a single flying fuck if you've been right 100,000 times before. They don't care, right? You'll just learn something new about the markets every day, and that's why you need to show up every day, because eventually you'll learn something new every day, but you'll see the same pattern happen every single day as well, which will teach you more things, and it'll make you, like, this is basically the secret of trading that I learned after having a bit of success with trading. It just clicked to me, and I've sat a long time and reflected on this, which was the following. Trading is basically, you show up to the markets as a brand new beginner, and you see things that maybe are there, they're maybe not there. And eventually, with more practice, every day showing up, you see the same things happening over and over again, right? Now, if you have a trading plan and trading strategy, what you do is that you go into the markets and you live test it, back test it, whatever. And the more you do it, the more times you see it play out, the more confident you get, the more times you can use a little bit more distraction, the more times you can just spot it. Like, for example, now, I didn't even really need to mark up the charts before. I had to, mark off. You have to start off step one, mark this off, okay, do this one, then this one, and check around. It's like when you're driving a car, when you get in the car for the first time, you're fucking adjusting your wrist height or whatever that is, double checking the mirrors, making sure everything's okay, looking down, papping the horn to make sure the horn works, checking tire pressure, fucking making sure the gear works, like checking if the fuel tank is full, all this stuff, right? And when you're an experienced driver, you just get in the car and drive. You'll adjust the mirrors while you're driving. You'll check the fuel tank when when it peeps. Hopefully not that, but you get what I'm saying. You change gears without even thinking about it. You don't look down. You just boom, 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 straight through. And it's very much the same with your training strategy. If you were to give me a brand new training strategy, it would be like driving or trying to drive a car that I've never driven before or anything. It takes a little time to get used to, but you get faster and faster and faster because you see the same training things happening. And you can suddenly, out of nowhere, instead of being in step one for every training plan, your brain autofills the information quite quickly. And you can see it happening 3, 4, 5 moves away. You can start to see things happening, right? So the same thing with the AUD NCD. If you see right here, I don't have really, like I had the weekly and daily area of interest marked up, but you can see here before I had to make sure, okay, I had to put the lines first, I had to do this, okay, high, then I have to do the snake thing to try to find out if it's bearish. Oh, okay, it's bullish, then I had to go here, then you go like this, you go higher low, and then you drop down into the lower time frames and okay, now I need to analyze this, right? For me, bullish, right? For me, you go into weekly, bullish. Give me any market, bullish. This one, bearish. As long as it's not something funky, this, bullish, bearish, right? And I'm not doing this, nah, I'm still right. Bearish. It closed, but it's... See, this is what I'm talking about. It's the like... I don't even know how to explain it. It's just the sniper thing where if you see that. But I've seen it so many times that I just know that it's bearish. You can put me to anything and it's just practice. And... it's the same with the driving analogy. If you start seeing a guy trying to pull out, you're like, okay, he's trying to pull out. But pull out of a lane or trying to pull out of a parking garage, you're like, okay, I'm just going to stand here and wait because it's easier. But when you're first driving, you're like, what is he doing? Why is this happening? Why is this? Chill, right? Show up every day. Have a trading plan. Stick to the trading plan or else you're going to just suffer. And the most important is having a trading strategy that is not extremely, just profitable in general. If you take a 2.5 to 3% and your winning ratio is 40%, you're still making a lot of money, right? It does not matter if you're risk. It's another thing as well. Risk to reward. A lot of people say it's all about risk. No, it's not, right? A huge part of it is risk. It's how you keep yourself alive. But you got to feed yourself as well. You got to... I don't want to go too deep. But it's my first video, but it's just like I'm brainstorming and it just comes out of me. I don't want to say genius is just coming out, but it's just trading experience. And I wish somebody would have told me this when I was younger or just starting out. It's just, you have to have, the reason why you can be like profitable and stuff is because you have to have a genuine belief in your trading strategy. You have to know it intimately in and out. So you can like kind of tweak it and stuff. Try it and test it every day and know that every day you're not trading, you're getting worse and you need to make up for it by showing up every day, right? Risk is the most important thing. I've seen so many people blow funded accounts daily because they're leveraging their account. You're using risking 2, 3, 4, 5%. And they break their 5% drawdown limit on a funded account, even regardless how big it is, 1 million, 200,000, 500,000. And that's it, they lose it. And sure, they'll make 20,000 first time, but then they'll have to go through that. If you just meticulously and very accurately use, let's say, 1% risk is, that's what I use. But once you reach to a certain stage of money, like we're talking $1 million, for example, and funded, you don't use $1 million. You don't use 1%. It's way too much money. 0.5, 5K, 10% of that, you're making $50,000 a month, right? Not impossible. It's 2.5% a week, which is, if you look here, it's all about numbers, man. It's all about numbers. Let's say, for example, I don't know, you took a trade off here, your stop loss was here, and you do it to, I don't know, let's say here. It's magnetic, so it's kind of not letting me do it, but okay, there. You took one of these positions, one of these positions that are profitable a week, you're making 10%, anything, 500,000, 400,000, right? 4,000, 5,000, you make it 50, 50, 60K a month. After commissions and splits and stuff, you make it at least 25 grand, at least. 25 grand is better than anyone in the country that you're living in, right? You're already at top 1%. You're not top 0.0001%, but you're still top percent of earners in the country when you're making 25%, 25,000, right? I know this rant has gone on for like 15-20 minutes, but I want to say something else, which was, it's just the showing up. It's just the money part. And a lot of people, including myself, was very afraid of taking too much profit. It's like they have this scarcity mentality where, listen, I've been there too, trust me, I'm just talking like out of my ass just to try to help you. Is, let's say, for example, you have the stop loss right here, you have a massive ass stop loss. For some reason, I believed in my heart and soul that the only profit I could ever take was this, right? I was just scared. What you need to do, and again, somebody had told me, is you need to assess two things, right? When you look at the position, you need to assess one, is this a risky position? So if you're taking counter trend trade, don't do this, right? But if you are taking a trend that is coinciding with every single, weekly is bullish, everything is bullish, right? Then you can do this. Let's say your take profit is here. And as soon as you have that, you have a, don't close the whole position. Don't do anything. Just have a alert here, right? And the first thing you're going to do then is go, okay, 30 minutes. And start looking for reasons to get out, right? So, for example, here. Once it breaks the higher low, that's a sign for you to get out because the structure is starting to change. Now, the thing I want to say is you can do two things. You can either have a set TP, which guarantees, okay, whatever happens, you're going to make that money if it hits. Or you can have a more fluid one, which allows you to make the potential amount more money. Sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it hasn't been worth it. Sometimes I make less money than I would have if I took TP, but I thought the potential was there, right? So, look at this, 1.73. Let's say that was your take profit, for example. If you had this thing here and you thought, okay, if it breaks the higher low of the current position, I'm out, right? I'm out. So, instead of 1.73, at this time here, you would have been making just about, let's say, you got out here, 2.70. This is a little bit too generous even for me. And there. Because if you look right here, this was the point where I broke below. Because I like when it closes, because it can very easily just wick in and just go straight up, which is very annoying. So I wait until it wicks in, or it closes below, right? This would have been, okay, cool, I just got it. Which is significantly more, more money in the long run than 1.73. So let's pull out the calculator here. You're going to see this. So 1.73 minus what was it? We said 2.13 is, an extra 4%. Now, an extra 4% on 2,000. $80, right? Not a whole lot. But let's say that you take 4 positions. That's $320, right? You're missing out on $3,840 by not doing this. But again, it's up to you. You do, like, I'm talking a lot, but I don't care. It's up to you because you need to be comfortable. I see a lot of people online, fucking whatever. I see a lot of people doing this thing where they're doing what other people are doing. Right? You need to understand one thing, and this is goes generally for life as well, is you need to do what you do. Meaning, if a YouTuber is telling you, oh, this and this and this, you need to do it, and you don't feel comfortable doing it, then don't do it, right? If somebody's saying, leverage your entire house and everything, and you'll be rich like me, maybe. But if you're not comfortable doing it, and I'm not talking about like going out to your comfort zone, fucking go out to that. I'm talking about the risk that you're taking. You're checking the position every 2 or 3 seconds. You're not comfortable with it, right? Or if you don't understand something, you're just doing it because other people are doing it, don't do it. You need to be very, very aware of why you're doing everything. Much like if you're just trying to fit in with all your friends, everything. Sure, you'll work a little bit, but in the end, you'll have no friends because you're fitting on. You're trying to make friends with everybody, and so you'll have nobody. It's the same thing as by appealing to everybody, you appeal to no one, right? So in this sense here, if you want to do this and you want to maximize and you really want to do it to the best of your ability to take profits at every little corner, then great, do it. But if you think, you know what, if I just have a 2% set a week and it's guaranteed, I'm happy, right? So if you have the TP right there, and funnily enough, this is actually, where you would have gotten that anyways. But let's say you have 2.18, that's your standard, and you just take that every time. It either hits or it doesn't, and you're happy with that. Amazing, right? Perfect. That's good for you. That's like, as long as it's profitable, don't do something like, if it's 1-to-1, I'm happy. Good for you as well. I wouldn't recommend it. Just out of personal experience of general math. But just do what you're comfortable with. I don't risk a whole lot because I'm not comfortable with losing that much. I know I can risk 10 to 20% of my account. And if it hits once, I can buy a house, right? But I can also do it slow, steady, learn. Because if I lose that account, then I have to do it all over again. I have to go through all the passings again. I have to do everything again. And I don't want to do that because I'm not comfortable with it. Now, if you take it slowly, surely, learn, appreciate the process, appreciate the chart time, appreciate everything about it. Appreciate that this is hard and it's going to take a long time, but it's going to be so worth it when you can just make money like that. Just make money, print it whenever you want. You're basically the fucking, the Fed, when they just print money as you'd like, because you have a genuine high income skill. A lot of people just want to make high income. They don't have any skill to supplement it. Get the skill, then make the money. Right. This is basically part 1 of it because I need to go to school, I need to go to work, all this stuff, and I hope that you appreciate my rambling on. I'll go through a proper breakdown of the charts a little bit later. I think I'll just upload this video and then another one will come later in the day. It's more like when I have a little bit of time when I come back from everything because, it takes a long time and you don't need to sit at me. And if I go into another rant, I might come back to, you'll watch me until tomorrow. But yeah, I hope you had a little bit of value gained for this. And hopefully, just take some action about that. Just start. Much like me, this video was very unscripted and I didn't really know what to say. Just do something. That's my favorite quote of all time. If you just do something. Doing something is always better than doing nothing. I'm not going to go. If you're just sitting at the charts, you're at least doing something. If you're just scrolling on Instagram, you're not doing anything. Right? If you don't know what to do, so you just start cleaning. You're doing something. Keep yourself alive. Don't go into that, what is it? Not loophole. rabbit hole of just finding excuses not to do stuff. Just do something. You want to do 10 push-ups, do 10 push-ups. You want to go wash the dishes, do something, right? Charts, do something. Analyze, sit, watch the price intimately. Try different strategies. Just do something and you will improve, right? Thank you again. And I'll see you a little bit later for the actual breakdowns of the market.